Prepare to be amazed.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah,
Ah, it feels like it's been too long since I've been in the hallowed grounds of the game room and on the tube of a billion yous, but only one of me and you. As you can judge by this awesome shirt, we're kicking it old school. How you doing today, everybody? This is Jason's House of Fun and Video Games, bringing you today, as promised, let's play some video games. And what are we going to do? We're going to go after one of the hardest NES games in the library to beat. You know what that is if you watched the last video, folks. Ninja Gaiden. I have the complete series on the NES. At some point in time during this video, I'm going to show you how the guts look on this. The inside, the box art, everything like that. But just for a quick reference. I don't know if you can really see that, but yep, you can see that. My watch works again. Pretty fancy. Not the best, but I do have this complete in box. It's certainly not the least expensive game I've ever paid for, but I was able to get them in a lot. And going after these games, whether it's Ninja Gaiden, or whether it's Little Samson, you have to be strategic. Little Samson, you're just going to pay a lot. That's just the simple gist of it. But games that have a trilogy or more than one game in it, or maybe there's a lot with two games that you really want, which is really hard to find. But in this circumstance, I had 3 of these and got lucky during a lot. And it was an auction. Sometimes auctions can go really wrong. You really have to pay attention and think strategically, how much do I actually want to pay for what I'm going for? Because if you get to that point where you're going over, you have failed, whether you really want it or not. So just keep that in mind. Could have saved that for an eBay Time and Buys or an eBay Time and Buys Revisited. Plenty of different content and shows on this, or vids or whatever you want to call a playlist, on this channel that you can check out. Normally I do the outro before the intro, but I just want to get into meat and potatoes because I've waited a long time to play this. And a lot of folks who have seen me play it in person, usually the reaction, as most people that have seen me play it have played it and find it extremely difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. This game is extremely difficult. It is not for the faint of heart. And it will certainly light a fire under your ass. Why do I have a giant Zippo? I don't know. I was going to show it to you in the Thrift Time and Finds eventually. Just haven't gotten around to it. Plenty more at some point in the video. Where I've been, what's been going on. It's been 2 weeks. Feels like it's been forever since I've been here to hang out with you guys and girls. So, without further ado, we need to clear this off. And we need to get gaming. Because talk is cheap. Actions will always speak louder than words. That one was for you, Cynthia. Without further ado, let's clear off the table of doom in the room of doom, otherwise known as the game room, and let's get to playing one of the hardest games ever created. Ninja Gaiden. Just to go over a few things first. One, I put my copy back at this point, but I have 2 copies of it. One is loose card only, which is this. And I must say, even though you really can't see it from this point of view, I'll try to get another view at some point, but this copy is the first copy I ever had of this game, and it has been in my collection since I've been collecting. And it's a long time, so got 2 copies of Ninja Gaiden. That's how much I love the game. Let's get it in the NES and rock and roll. I know you're not supposed to blow. That sounded wrong. I know you're not supposed to blow on the cart for a number of reasons, but I do it anyway, and it usually works. So let's give it a try. Alright, folks, and we are back. After a few tries here, we're seeing what best fits our playing style. So, like I said, this is one of the hardest games on the NES, and let's just enjoy an awesome cutscene. When I first saw this, it blew my mind away. I didn't even know what to think. So, I'm going to try to make some minor adjustments here. Try not to destroy our view. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. So, before this game, I had never seen anything like this before, and it is an utter amazing classic, but it is also one that will test your patience and whether you're going to break your controller or not. Let's not lie, but these cutscenes are just something else, aren't they? Sorry about the lighting effect. I debated on whether I wanted to do a straight capture card type of video to the Elgato or just do it like this. I kind of like this. You know, it's a little harder to have me match up my voice in the gameplay, and it's not like I'm not going to eventually perfect that, but Ryu, always, or be always brave. I will get my revenge. You're damn right, Ryu. Alright, folks, let's get rocking and rolling here. I'm not a speedrunner, but I'll tell you, I can go through this game pretty quick. I'll try to not go too terribly quick, but that's just the way I play it. Alright, I don't know what that was. That was a little weird. Okay. There we go. I don't know what the hell that was about, but... So really, the only way that I could tell you get good at this game, like I said at the beginning of the video, is really just practice. It's like that with everything. I could usually get through this without getting hit once, at least through the first 2 levels, but you know, I'm also trying to keep you entertained and go through this video. But it's all about timing. It's all about practice. I normally don't get that. I can just usually go through, but I'm just trying to mess around a little bit right now. The mechanics that were in this game were not seen before that I remember. And if you think this is a walk in the park, this is your first time watching this game, trust me, it's not. Off to the first boss. Now, if I kept the spin attack, I could have very simply beaten this first boss very quick, but I choose not to. Oh, I got stuck. Not bad for timing so far. I love going all the way to the top of this. I can go right to my own life bar. Let's see what we got here. Who are they? They seem to be following me. Feel the same way, bud. Who's there? Just a girl. Get out of here. That's not sexist or nothing, but still come in the 80s. Hey, hold on. Wait, what the? You gotta love that. What the? And ... You know exactly what he was gonna say. I debated back and forth whether I wanted to sit through all of these cutscenes or not, but I think you need to experience the full game. So we're not going for any speed run or anything like that. Maybe I'll do it at some point, but I hope this volume is loud enough for you. If not, we're going to have to do this all over again. Here, take this and escape. What is this statue? There is no time to explain. Hurry. Hey, wait. Who are you? Didn't you try to kill me? Question mark. Someone's coming. Be careful. Alright, I'll stop with the obnoxious reading of the writing. I just find it funny. Let's get rock and rolling, folks. Let's really put some effort into this and see how good I can do. I almost got hit there. I missed that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Those bats are probably the hardest to time when they're exactly hit at the right time. And of course, we're going to go back and nail that because we want some more energy or power for our throwing styles. If you've noticed, I don't typically use the sub-weapons that you have. I can get through the whole game without using it. I mean, not that I'm flexing, but I guess I kind of am. Yeah, that spin attack, that's what I was talking about before. I don't really like it too much. I like to be challenged. Like, trying to beat this game isn't challenging enough, but like I said, I do pretty well with it, so I usually don't miss that. And you just gotta learn how to make these weapons work for you. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. I typically don't. This is a very frustrating part of the game, so. Now remember, it's all about timing, right? So, see how I kind of went off? Back and forth with that guy. I knew that the timing was going to be way off, so that's why I decided to go back. You have to learn that a lot with this game. Just listen to the music. Everything in this game, like most things in life, is about timing. What I'd like to do is be able to get to right here with that spinning, that invincibility thing. Now, see, I screwed that up. Now watch, this guy is going to be right there. That is the unfortunate part of if you get that invulnerability, like invisibility. Yeah, invulnerability. I use it for this because this is tough to time. I don't mess with it. Unless I have to. Now, I didn't expect him to come behind me like that. That was very unexpected. These things will happen from time to time. Now, if I kept doing that and timing it, you can actually do it so that the weapon is gone, but it's really just a back and forth. I completely missed that. Yeah, you can eventually get rid of his weapon. You have to wait until that weapon is that close to you, and you're gonzo. Again, if you have the spin attack, then you'd be able to do that. Oh, I ran right into the enemy's life that time. You would have to, you'd have to keep it and be able to beat him pretty quick. That's the first two bosses, at least. I mean, just look at this. This is just amazing. Like, for its time, this came out in '89. Look at the things we have now. You have to appreciate this art. You really do. I'm not doing too bad. I could do better. Who is it? You must be Walter Smith. My name is Ryu Hayabusa. Who? That sword. Of course. You must be Ken Hayabusa's son. Fair enough. Story's really good. I know I'm kind of messing around here, but the story's really good for, an NES game, pretty basic times. I mean, it had some great games, don't get me wrong, but like to compare to now, see, ... I always found that funny. Compared to now, you see how in depth and amazing these games have gotten. This still brings me back to a different time where I was like wowed by it. I still am, not just for the sheer difficulty, but just for everything else that comes in between it. So, yes, precisely. I thought it had been stolen. That demon statue possesses enough evil power to destroy an entire nation. Kind of got that Snake going on, don't I? That'd be a great game to play one day. Metal Gear Solid. It's another tough one. But then Shinobi appeared to stop the demon. You know who Shinobi is. Shinobi borrowed the strength of the dragon. Interesting. Shinobi is a game that's with, you can play it on the Sega. Or you can play it on the Sega Master System, I believe. Amazing games, but I just find that funny that these two games that are done by completely different developers and different consoles are somehow connected. What the? Son of a bitch. How dare he? What the? Now that's 3 dots, so I wonder what that was supposed to say. Let's run after him. He ain't getting away with that statue. Again, I was a little off on my timing, and that kind of thing will happen because of it. But again, I'm playing and talking. Oh, I almost got that. Wow. I mean, I'm still not doing too bad. This will give me the fire. I'm just using it just for, the giggles of it. There we go. All right. Let's rock and roll here. Ugh, anything with snow. If you notice, I'm not really stopping. This is I messed it up. This is a pretty difficult part right here, but I'll show you how this is done. Timing. See how I didn't jump? Most people make that mistake and jump. I'm not a fan of those birds. You'll see much later. See how close that is? See how I stopped? You screw up the rhythm. If you screw up the rhythm, you are going to pay for it. I'll let him flap the screen, see? Oh, let's go get that statue back. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh, wow, I messed that up big time. Alright, let's... Now, if you time this right, you gotta time it right. And I'm not timing it right, but you can hit one of those and then just jump. And then you don't have to waste the star or just waste the star on the enemy. So, something to think about. After getting back the demon statue, I felt a strange premonition and hurried back. Dr. Smith! That's the first time I think I saw blood on the NES. Man was shot. Right in the chest. By the way, I love this little TV. I cleaned it off. If you watched my video the last time, I had an awfully dirty TV borrowed my kids, and I'm going to have to wipe his down. I got these wipes, and they're amazing. This is a TV that wasn't too terribly dirty, but dirty enough, so. Just amazing. Just look at the detail in this, and it's just great. Dr. Smith! Come with us. Hey, it's the Men in Black. Jeez, I can't keep getting caught. This is insanity. Welcome, Mariah Lebusa. Sorry if I startled you. Well, I mean, probably startled most people. We are from the CIA Special Auxiliary Unit. My name is Foster. Huh? I wish I mean, come up with a random word for that, I guess. Getting right to the point. Wait, I want to know why you killed Smith. We didn't kill him, but we'll fill you in on what we know. I find that funny to believe. Sketchy men in black. Upper reaches of the Amazon. Some ancient ruins were discovered. It seems the temple was built more than 2,000 years ago. Well, damn, that's a long time ago. The discoverer was Dr. Smith, who studied the ruins for some time. But one day he suddenly sealed off the ruins. Wonder why he'd do that. And ever since then, no one has gone close. Can't say I blame him. Notice how all the words are correct in here, and the verbiage and the sentences? Later, however, a man moved in and took over the ruins. His name was Guardia. I couldn't pronounce that if my life depended on it. He calls himself the Jakku. I love the way the Jakku looks in this game. The temple is not where gods are worshipped, but was built to imprison the body of the demon. Evil spirits are supposed to be held in the statue you have. I'm sure he did know that, Foster. Something suspicious about you, bud. Maybe it's the fact that you just up and abducted me. What's up with these people abducting me, man? It's unbelievable. Again, the ... fill in the word. When a black moon shines, light and dark break apart. These were the last words written on the stone tablet. If someone brings the demons back to life, he will gain incredible power, enough to control the entire world. I'm waiting for the woman who shot you in the bar, who shot me in the bar. Yep, they're after you. Use this and go to their headquarters. Get the demon statue back from them. Of course, you will be paid for the work. Oh, thanks. Always good to be paid by the man. Is that tax-free? How about if I say no? You already know the answer to that. Fair enough, Foster. Fair enough. What does this remind you of? Rambo? Metal Gear? There I go. Let's get rocking and rolling. The jungle is no joke. But, again, with timing and practice, you will get through it. Now, see how close I was to messing that up? That was a millisecond. Sometimes you don't have a millisecond. And then this is all about timing right here. I like everything. Oh, yes, we got ourselves a life. Now see, you can't mess this up. I can normally get him without the sub-weapon, but I don't mess around with it. Now right there is usually where a lot of people will die right off the bat. Just remembering where he's pointed is a big part of beating this. And near the end where it gets extremely difficult. I can hit that bird, but I'm not going to. Oop. Oh, see how fast the timing, if you have it off? Oh, here we go. Another great cutscene. Amazing. Seems like an awful long way to go. But I'm going to get there pretty quick. Believe you me. I'm a ninja, baby. You gotta admit, the music in this game is amazing. Like everything in this game. I love this game. I think this is probably my favorite game in the NES library. Well, let's try to focus it up here, because things can get pretty hectic because of those green pain in the asses. I don't normally stop to grab him, but I did that time. And I made the mistake of not going faster through that, but it's fine. Because that green guy can mess you up. Oh, here come the birds. And what are we going to do? Get hit by him. Did you see that? See how fast it happens? See how fast... Oh no. Oh my god. I did absolutely awful. Again, timing is everything and sticking with your plan. I did not stick with my plan, therefore you saw what happened. Pretty simple. Thank you. Sometimes when they hit you, it can kind of help you. Alright, let's see if we can get rocking and rolling here. We've fooled around long enough. I'm not going to go for that extra power. Kind of will get to a certain point with the birds, and I'll let him jump off the screen. There we go. Simple. Again, if I'm like a millisecond off, I'm not going to worry about the bird. What I am going to do is grab a free life and completely miss it. Wow, that's twice. That's not good. How do I keep missing this? I'm trying to get it so you can see it, but it wasn't happening, folks. I really can't stand those enemies. They're very unpredictable sometimes, no matter how many times I've played this. Alright, let's see here. We're gonna get some pretty difficult parts soon. This whole game's difficult. Who am I kidding? Every once in a while, this button will stick, which does not help the cause. That very rarely happens. Usually he stays up there, but you know, I'll take it. Bye-bye. Guy who tosses things like the guy from Batman Returns. The clown with the, what's it called? And this can get a little difficult, but again, it's timing. Sometimes you have to be fast, sometimes you have to take it a little easier. But like that, there is no room for error. I could have just let him walk off and glitch himself out, which will come very useful later on, but again, let's see what's going on with this clicker. I mean, this controller. I feel a button sticking a little bit, but I have used it a lot, so. Ooh! I almost didn't follow through. That's what I'm talking about right there. You have to follow through. Forget what's in this one, but we'll take it. Why not? Now watch. I can glitch him out. See? But in order to fully glitch him out, he has to stay up there. Just made that by a second. Look at that, full health going into this one. And this one right here, you don't know which one to hit, but it's very hard to beat these guys with, look at that. Sometimes I've done that and it's made, I think, a total of 2 more of them, or maybe it was 4. I think the most I've seen is 4 of them. If you, I don't know how you get it to work like that. You accidentally glitch it out. This guy's toast. Good night. And there's 4 of them. And let me tell you, that's not easy to tangle with. Yeah! Not doing too bad on time. I mean, if I cut through all the cutscenes, I can get to, I think, 5-1 within 20 minutes, sometimes 15 if I'm really trying. So, again, something to think about. Maybe a speed run of this at some point. How dare you take a woman I just met that tried to kill me but didn't, and gave me a funny statue that all you were killing me over. Or trying to. No, Ryu, don't give it to him. Now, put down the demon statue on the floor. Back up. Nice work. I guess this is goodbye. Have a nice day. What? Son of a bitch tricked me. Take the girl away. She is going to be a sacrifice. It's mine. Tonight is the night of the rebirth, in which comes only once every 700 years. This world will soon be mine. I can't help it, folks. I'm sorry. I do this when I'm playing it by myself. Not the, you know what I mean. But we're in Act 5 now, so... Actually, I think I can get to Act 6. Yeah, Act 6 in 15-20 minutes. Ooh, I didn't like that. 2 of them. What's going on here? No, I got a little too eager. Those guys right there, those little roly-polies there. And I jumped a little too soon. Those birds can be very detrimental to whether you live or die. Those guys take, I think, 1 hit, but I think the second one they take 2. There we go. Okay. Now, am I going to stop? No. I am going to stop here. See, you got to kind of play around with it. And that is one where I should have just... I kind of screwed myself here. This guy's going to be a real pain in the buns. I believe we are going to get this. Yep, it was necessary. I think that's only the little jars there, I don't know what you would call them. I think that's only points. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed them. Yeah, it's tough. 5-2. This is where I usually get within 20 minutes or so if I'm really playing quick. You'll get to a very aggravating point very soon. Most people are probably going, you've already hit all the aggravating parts. Now see, that could have been detrimental and lost a life over nothing. That guy is a real pain in the ass. And I believe... Oh, that wasn't a life. Let's see if I can show the life here. You see that? Now, I've done that before, where that green ninja there just pops out of nowhere, and it's very unfortunate. There we go. Now, this is very important to not go too far off the screen, because this is why right here. Oof. Again, that's one place where you can't really be off with the timing. Here it comes, right here. And you're going to do this quite a number of times before you get it. Now you have to be just off the edge, and you won't have that bird go back and reincarnate, reappear, whatever you want to call it, over and over and over again. Again, timing. These boxer guys are quite the pain in the ass, too. I didn't expect that. just have to reset them. There we go. I think we're not doing too bad with time, honestly. And you get stuck in this, and you are screwed. Like, now this guy, I will glitch. See, he's glitching? I just have to move over a little bit more. See that? And he's gone. Otherwise, hitting him, he just throws things at random times. And it's very tough to get the pattern down. And that could have been bad. Again, it's all about timing. Now, why would we go back? You hear that? That's why. Always can use an extra life no matter how good you are at the game. Now, a lot of people mistake and make a mistake and get way too close to that edge with that bird coming through here. I'm just going to let him glitch himself out here. See how I waited? You could not wait. I usually get hit by him, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I don't know why I got the little one, but I kind of prefer the little star as opposed to the big star. Which most people would say looks kind of weird, but I like it. Oh, what's the matter? You can't hit me? But I can hit you. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm gonna mess up and die. Alright, we're almost to the next boss. Going down there will just get me, I think, a star, a big star. A big shuriken, I should say. It's not a star. Where do I go? A lot of people get confused with this. This is actually stairs. You go to it, push on it, hope for the best. Luckily, though, we're going to get reset our health no matter how low it was. And this guy is a giant pain in the ass, too. I must defeat you. You are as bold as your father, but he is a much better swordsman. Pal, I know who you are now. The plot's thickening now, baby. Come on and fight, young Hayabusa. Fair enough, guy. Let's rock and roll. I could sword this guy, but do a mixture of it. But he is tough. I would like to try to beat this guy without getting hit. But it is so difficult to dodge that. I've seen people do it, but just go upside down. Let's see what he has to say. As my kid is laughing in the background, probably watching some YouTube-y. He likes Minecraft and memes. Go figure. No, it's not a lie. If you proceed further, you will see. Oh, that's kind of confusing. But it'll be the last thing you see. Again, ... And now we are at the last act. There's 3 acts for every level. Wow. I did not expect to do that good. Yeah, I thought I was going to mess that up. I just got confused that I had the, that I have now. And if you use it one less time, then you have enough to come over here and hit this enemy, but unfortunately I did not. Yeah, I actually did, okay. Very hard to land after hitting that one for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, and that's why those guys are awful, disgusting enemies. But again, not a bad run so far. I'm pretty happy. Do I have what it takes to beat the whole thing now? I don't know. Only time will tell. I've never tried to talk and play this. But I did talk to a good friend of mine while being this at one point. So maybe it's just the same. Like, that was a millisecond. That could have been extremely bad. This is getting a very difficult territory here. See, most people make that mistake. And I almost made a mistake as well. Oh. How did that happen? I'm going to keep the big shuriken. I'd call it a star because, I don't know. And if you hold a button a certain wrong way or you jump off or whatever at a certain point in time, like right around here, like that, I've seen that happen to a lot of folks. And here we go with the difficult part. Alright. Now, there's a couple different ways to approach this. You can glitch them out, like so. And then completely miss the jump. Or you could try to hit them. I've done both. I've got one life before I have to continue. I'm going to be a little upset. I don't want to continue. I'm just going to glitch her out. I'm not even going to go back for it. Woof! Woof! But I might. Wow. I don't normally get that. That was pretty good, I'm not going to lie. This right here should be some life. Yep. Alright, we gotta get up there quick, come on. There we go. So we're now at the last part of the game. This is the last substage. And that part back there that I was able to do, I didn't know what that was, I forgot what it was. That is one of the hardest parts of the game. And now we're just gonna cruise. Again, make sure that you're careful around, like, see, if you jump too far over and you don't hold the up and right buttons, you will fall through. I expect to get hit at least once. I've actually done that without getting hit. Most people would just go, I'm not going to. It's just that simple. Because I had a sneaky suspicion. Again, you want to try to get that through that as quickly as you can. You don't want to mess with the green ninjas. They're a pain. Oh, look at that. You wouldn't see that coming. The birdie is going to kill you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. I didn't time that exactly. You kind of need all your energy for this next fight. But it's all good. Here it comes. Where are you? Show yourself. But even you cannot defeat the masked devil. What the hell? No one can beat me. Even your father? What? He's the masked devil, eh? Has the plot is thickened completely. No! It will certainly be entertaining to watch father and son fight to the death. Wake up, father. No use. He thinks only of killing you. So this is my destiny? Mouth was telling the truth? What shall I do? I've got to think clearly. Father's eyes. He shows he's being controlled like a puppet. But if I break the control, but what is controlling him? A big fucking clown nose. Alright, now here's the deal. You gotta time this right. Because you can't hurt him, you have to hurt the big clown nose, like I was saying. So, and you're not gonna have any weapons when you get into the next match. But there is other things that we could talk about after we're done with the game on what you can do. The hell with it. Get rid of that clown nose. I don't like clown noses. I like clowns, but not clown noses, apparently. There we go. Here's where the big fun begins. Father! Where am I? Ryu. Are you Ryu? Yes, Father. He's awake. The Jakku. You both will die. Man, that takes some courage to jump in front of a bolt. Ryu, you've got to get him. Get him for me. Your day has come, Jakku. Well, we'll see. This guy is no joke. Let's see if we can get through him. Again, very much timing. Oh, shit. Yeah, see, I don't got the timing down. I gotta get myself together here. As much as you don't want to be patient with this guy, you have to be extremely patient. Because he is... See how I'm not being that patient here? You gotta jump at a certain time to avoid those flames. And I'm honestly not doing too bad. I don't know how I avoided 2 of those flames. And how I'm gonna avoid that, but... I did. You're done so, baby! Yeah! Oh, that's so satisfying. Thank God you're safe. Let's go, Father. Let's get out of this temple. Ryu, wait. Before we do, the demon statues, we've got to throw them from the temple. While you've still got time before the black moon shines. I don't remember hearing about that. Throw the statues off. It's a lunar eclipse. That must be it. That's what the black moon meant. Can we just throw the statues off? We're running out of time here. We got a thumbnail. Oh. That's not good. And the 2 statues combine and bring this giant piece of shit. And this is no easy feat. So if I don't talk a lot, it's because you really have to concentrate. There's a certain point, if you're going for a no-hit run on this guy, it doesn't matter what you do, because right there you're always going to get hit. Oh my god. And it does crazy things like that, and then you get hit. You really can't afford to get hit too many times, though. Alright, now you've got to get it inside. You see, you can't afford to get hit. Can I do this? I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing too terribly bad, but oh, it is really hard to concentrate, I'll tell you. The heart's pounding, no matter how many times I have beaten this game. See, I'm trying to... See, you can't screw around here. Because it just does crazy things like that. Yeah! Let's go! 3 hits left. Boodabaga! Alright, sorry, that was a little loud, but whew, the heart was pounding there. I don't want to make myself look like a fool. I told you I could beat it. No, we're just going to enjoy this. The fruits of a hard labor. I mean, under 45 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that I think we're at. Not bad. Sitting through all the cutscenes. I think I could get through it in 25, maybe 30 minutes with all the cutscenes. And going really fast. I think we have to do a speedrun of this, but I'm not a speedrunner, just, you know, without all the cutscenes. This is amazing. Oh yeah. Bring that temple down. Look at those graphics. Yeah. Bring it down, baby. We've earned it. And to let you know, there's actually 2 different endings. You are going to see the best ending. There is another ending that you get if certain events happen. And I'll explain that in the recap. Bring that damn temple down. Yes. Oh, I'm back on that ledge. Cool. Unfortunately, Daddy-O didn't make it. You got a call. This is Sea Swallow. This is Foster. We detected an explosion from the satellite. Job well done. You are to kill Ryu Hayabusa. What? Kill Ryu? That's right. Then you are to steal the demon statue. So this was your plan all along? I'll get you for this, Foster. Ryu, you. I get 2 kinds of payment. The first I've already received. And the second is you, Foster. Son of a bitch. Well, obviously it's the money. Duh. Oh. Well, excuse me. That's probably the first NES kiss I ever saw as well. A lot of firsts in this game. And this just looks beautiful. This is worth it. You know, some of these endings in these games are not really worth it. Wonderful, amazing ending. Not just you did congratulations. You did great. Try again, or whatever it said in Ghostbusters. Another game we'll get to at some point. Look at that, huh? Awesome. Well, folks, that is Ninja Gaiden. And I think we did it in 45-ish minutes. So I could have you sit through the rest of this and see how it goes. But I think we have spent enough time with the game. Folks, let's get to the recap. And like I said at the beginning of the video, actions speak louder than words. I have officially conquered Ninja Gaiden one more time. Alright folks, we are here for the recap. As you can see, I left the end screen on, but we're going to let this play in the background. I'm going to try to turn down the volume a tad. Might have a little bit of volume there, but it's okay. So, what can I say about this game that I haven't said already? It is an extremely, very difficult game. I hope that if you've ever played it, you can have some appreciation to how well I did. And that's not me being cocky or arrogant or anything, but let's be honest. I kicked it old school. And like I said, the only way that you're going to get good at just about anything in life is through perseverance, and in this case, it's repetitiveness. So I did not let my guard down or did not stop until I felt that I could pretty much master this game to a T, and I think I did pretty well during this run. I think I'd like to, as I said at some point in the video, do not a speed run, but just one where I don't really say anything and we just go straight for the gold, and then maybe you might hear a comment from me here and there. But I wanted to give you as full of an experience of this game as possible. This game does mean a lot to me. This is one of the first games I picked up, and by the cover of it, as I'm going to show you at some point in this video in my normal, like, you know, put the thing here or there or wherever, I don't really know where I'm going to put it, but this was one of the first games that I saw the box art and I thought it was amazing. I wish I kept it. I did not keep that, or the second one or the third one, and that's why I ended up having to go after it at a later point in life to obtain it, because certain games that I get complete in box really have a lot of sentimental value. As I look behind a lot of these, some of them it's just because I like them and I truly appreciate the artwork of the box and the hard work that the game developers put into it, but some of them just have a lot of memories, just like this one. This was one of those games where I put in, it was extremely difficult. It wasn't, you know, like your Mario or, you know, I can't even think of the bunch of different games that I played on the NES that have this, but this is the first one that I remember, excuse me, that just completely blew my mind away. But when I turned it on, I was like, this is extremely difficult. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get through this, but after playing it so many times, and I had watched, you know, many people play speed runs and everything like that as time went on, with access to platforms like YouTube and, you know, wherever else you could watch videos at the time, but you can't really do it just by watching it. You have to just do it, and I just like to see different people's strategies and everything like that. Like I said, I've done many different runs with this game, whether it's not using any of the sub-weapons, attempting a no-hit run, which, like I said, at one point in the last boss battle, it's impossible to do a no-hit run because you eventually will get hit by that head that falls off the demon. So, but if you get to that point and you don't get hit and you don't get hit after, then I guess technically that is a no-hit run. I've never seen anybody be able to dodge that. I don't think there's a physical possible way to do that. A lot of cryptic things about this game, the unrelentingness, if that's even a word, of the enemies that can keep spawning and spawning and spawning, but I know pretty much the exact points in the game where to kind of sit to either glitch them out, or I just, like I said, excuse me, I follow through with whatever I'm doing. The second that you start thinking about what you're doing and debating on whether you should do this, that, or the other thing, that's usually where you're going to fail. It's really that simple. I do pretty well with this one. I think I've mastered it. And I do really well with the second installment as well. I'd say I'm pretty close to being an expert on the two of them. But the one that has eluded me all these years later is very simple. The third one. That is not going to be a fun Let's Play for me. I think that I've gotten pretty far in it. I've gotten to the last boss after many, many attempts, and the last boss had my number. And I believe there's 3 sub-bosses in that as well. So there's the first, second, and third. And the way that you have to think about this, right? You can beat this game if you keep trying, because you have unlimited continues. I didn't mention that during the gameplay because I'm really just trying to focus and have some fun with it and make more entertaining for you folks. But this game has unlimited continues, so does the second one. The third one does not. That is the hardest game, one of the hardest games I've ever played. It's the hardest game out of the trilogy, and hopefully at some point we certainly get to it. I think I'd play the second one right away, no problem. I think the third one I'd really have to prepare myself, and not necessarily just to work with it and get better and bring you the best of the best. That was my first run through. No joke, that was my first run through. I popped it in and said, let's give it a try. I think I like doing this a little bit better sometimes than the Elgato straight capture. I think it's more fun. I think it's easier to match up the voice and everything, and just from a technical side of it. So I think I'm going to continue to do this at least for, as I almost shut off the TV, at least for games that run off of AV. And this also, I'm sorry I'm yawning a lot, folks. I'll get to that in a minute, but you probably could guess why. This also has coax as well, so we could actually pop in the Atari. Love to get a modded Atari. Here we go, going off the train tracks. I almost didn't do it. I'd love to get a modded Atari where I could do the AV on it. And I've seen them on there, out there in the wild, and they're not too terribly expensive, but, you know, maybe someday. I like the Atari. I got into it very late in my life, but I've got some really cool games I'd like to show you on there, and some pretty rare ones that I have that, or at least two particular rare ones that I don't know exactly how I get one of them. Excuse me. I'll get to that tired thing in a minute if I don't fall asleep. And I'm not bored. I'm extremely happy, but it's been a long couple of days. It's been a long week. It's been a long 2 weeks. Let's call it for what it is. But there's one on there that I'm not really sure because of the music. I might be able to get away with it. I might try it, but again, it's really just trial and error with these things at some point. So, what are my final thoughts on Ninja Gaiden? What more can I say? It's one of my favorite games that I've ever played. I truly appreciate the difficulty that goes into it, the amount of times that I had to work on it to get it to a certain point, to be able to say I'm an expert at it. And it's the first game I ever saw with this kind of stuff in it, cutscenes. It's just amazing. And the sound, the hit detection is really right on most of the time. There's some times where you, wait a minute, I hit that son of a bitch, but you didn't, and the game says no. This game is very unforgiving, but I guarantee you, if you try again, you will be able to beat Ninja Gaiden. Now, going back to the endings part, like I said at the end of the gameplay, there are two different endings. The one that you saw where Foster is communicating with Irene and Ryu, or Ryu, whatever you want to call it. Never can get that right. Ninja Gaiden, nobody knows how to say it right. I think it's Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. It's Ninja Gaiden. I've probably been saying it wrong the whole time. But anyway, that ending will change if you die on one of the bosses. Now, let's say if you have difficulty. It is very difficult, the whole game in general. It's very difficult to beat those three bosses because your life meter does not reset, and you lose your weapon. That's your biggest thing. That's why I think I got used to not using the weapons, because of that final part. But I do like using them. They're fun. But if you die during them, you go all the way back to 6-1 right after you beat Mouth, and you have to go through it again. But you don't have to beat all three bosses. If you beat the boss, you get through it and die on the Jakku. Go back, you go to the Jakku. If you beat the Jakku and the first boss being your dad, your father, whatever, the demon, the red devil, and you beat both of them and you die and you go back to the final boss with a full set of life and your weapon to use. I prefer to do it with beating all three enemies, but I've done all different kinds of variations of beating this game. But you will not get the true ending that you get with beating all the bosses in sequential order and without dying. So, amazing game. A strategic encounter. That's what they called it. You know, strategic is right. That's the word of the day. Anyway, folks, let's get back to why I am so tired. Work. You know the deal. But also, in the last week I wanted to get this out a little earlier. Unfortunately, where I am, in parts unknown, but if you folks kind of put two and two together, you kind of have a pretty good idea where I am. But it doesn't matter, because just not going to come out and say it. But I'm in a nice place. It's nice, sunny, and hot. There you go. There's your clues. In this part of the world where I am, and parts unknown, because it's just funny to say that at this point, this is the first time I actually had central air. In my moving forward video, I showed you a lot of what this room looked like before. It was the game room, and obviously I have a return unit up top, and that means you have central air. In 37 years of my life, I never even dreamed of having central air. I think it's a great thing. But let me tell you something, brother. When that central air goes out, I don't care where you are or who you're from. Or where you're from or who you are, rather. It was the most difficult sleep for 2 days that I had. I couldn't sleep. I could sleep through anything. I could sleep through a TV being turned up all the way. I could sleep through horror movies where people are getting torn to pieces. Does not bother me. I could sleep through The Exorcist. I could sleep through a podcast. I could probably sleep through this video. But that heat, I could not sleep through. It was like 88, 90 degrees in this house. And it was brutal. After 2 days, we were able to get it rectified. Everything's back to normal. No complaints there. If you like what you're seeing on this channel, we have many different types of videos on here. We go to the thrift with Thrift Time and Finds. We do eBay buying times where we go on eBay and try to get something for a good deal from a lot of different ways and getting to know people, this, that, the other thing, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and then bringing it to you to show you and say, hey, did I do all right? Hey, well, hey, you're a boob. You spent too much money. Shame on you. eBay buys and Times Revisited as well, where we look into the stuff a little bit more in depth that we actually purchased over the years or recently or whatever, and we go see if your boy here got duped, got a counterfeit game, bad manual, different game in it, not authentic game, like just a counterfeit game, or it's great, it's rocking, ready to go. Great conversations on those videos. And also, let's play some video games. Clearly, we just did that now. Don't need to explain that. And eventually, at some point in time, I'd like to get into some movie reviews and maybe some more in-depth, more controlled videos when it comes to video game reviews. Just not let's play some video games. But it's very difficult for me to just sit here and read from a piece of paper. I mean, basically, that's what you're doing, unless you memorize it or whatever. But that's just not particularly me. But I'd like to do one at some point. I'd like to kind of keep myself on the track as much as possible. I think this is probably the video where I actually did it the most, so we'll give the round of applause and the tap on the shoulder and a good old slap on the back for your boy here, because he's not whack. Also, other ways to get a hold of me. Jason's House of Fun and Video Games on Facebook, where we could take the conversation just a little bit more forward than on this platform. Reason being, I want to see pictures of your game room. I want to see pictures of the stuff you found in the thrift. I want to see stuff that you found in the trash. I want to see and talk about things that make us have a good time, escape life, all that other happy nonsense that I always talk about. And just enjoy each other's company for a little bit further. A little bit longer. A little bit more descriptive. A little bit more inventive. A little bit more imaginary. And also, folks, you can also reach me over at Twitter, at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games as well. Not a lot of conversations happen there, but I just like to be able to put out my stuff wherever, and just whole point of this channel is to make a time capsule for the ones that will be here when I'm no longer here. I can look back and have some fun and go, wow, that was a really bad decision, or wow, did I spend that much, or wow, I probably got yelled at by that. You're welcome, Cynthia. 196 awesome, amazing folks out there who subscribe to the House of Fun and Video Games, who come back every time to comment, like, share, do all that other happy horse shit for your boy here. I'd like you to be able to do that too. So if you like that, take it a step further. Ding, 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 ding. Ring that bell for notifications. Because sometimes YouTube doesn't like to tell you, hey, yo, your boy here threw up a video. Go watch it. It's going to be great. Sometimes they just don't. Maybe I don't follow into the algorithm. Maybe I don't give a shit. Maybe. I guess we'll never know. Have a good night, folks. Who knows what's going to be coming up next? Maybe some Took Time and Finds. Maybe we'll go on with the Ninja Gaiden, whatever you want to call it, series. Or maybe we might have some other ideas for you. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining me. That's it. That's all I got. Boom, ba ding, ding, boom, ba dum, boom, boom, ba dum, boom, boom. That's it. That's all, folks. What are we going to do now? Well, since I can't seem to get enough of it, let's give Ninja Gaiden another go. Have a good night, folks. And if you'll excuse me, I have a date with Destiny one more time.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. On when I chase like that, yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back of my swing home.
Yeah! You can't get me. Oh, shit. You missed me. Boom! And that is how you use your powers to your advantage.